Good day everyone, and welcome back for another video. In today's video I'm going to go back to a project that I already posted a video about, the ATU, so the antenna tuner that I was trying to build. I experimented a little bit in that video trying to see what values I would need for the final version. This is not going to be the final version, but this is going to be almost the final version, because probably the final version that I'm going to build, it's going to include a PCB board. And the reason why I'm trying to build this antenna tuner, initially I thought about two solutions. So to build antenna tuner both for a low and high impedance input, so either to connect an antenna like an end-fed half-wave antenna, like what I have right now, going through an end-fed through a 49:1 impedance transformer, so I would have low input, 50 ohms or almost 50 ohms coming in my ATU, or to connect the antenna directly to the ATU, so that means it's high impedance input, and then use it this way, just with the antenna tuner, no 49:1 impedance transformer. But I thought that I should go minimal, since the only thing that I'm trying to use this ATU for is to use it with this end-fed half-wave antenna that I have right now. At this point I have the 40:10 end-fed half-wave antenna, but definitely once I'm going to finish installing everything here, it's going to be again back to the 80:10. And the only reason why I want this ATU, so I'm not going to build it for high impedance input as well, only low impedance, it's just because I'm either trying to get a better SWR on one particular portion of one of the bands that the antenna can resonate on, and if that's not the case, then I would like to have the antenna to resonate on one of the HF bands on which the antenna doesn't naturally resonate on. So I hope it makes sense what I'm trying to build here, and I hope you will find it useful. And definitely, if I'm happy with the way right now works, I will start designing a PCB board so anybody else can order and build this antenna tuner, if you like it and if you find it interesting and useful, of course. And talking about PCB boards, I cannot continue without saying thank you to my friends at PCBWay for always sponsoring the DX Explorer channel. They have great PCB prototyping services, PCB assembly, SMD stencils, CNC, 3D printing, and a lot more available for you. Don't forget about the 12th anniversary special event that they have right now, and it's like celebrate with colors. So have a look down in the video description, because I'll put a link that you can have a look at. They have great offers, they have interesting surprises for you over there, so go have a look and take advantage of this special event. And if you don't have an account for PCBWay, not just for this event, but maybe you would like to order some of the PCB board designs that I worked on so far, have a look down in the video description, because I will put a link where you can register and you'll get a discount on your first order. As I'm always saying, PCBWay is the way. I don't want to waste your time with a long video, so I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible. But I want to point out right from the beginning that this setup that I have right now, by trying to build this antenna tuner and using it together with my 40:10 end-fed half-wave antenna, so I do have a 49:1 impedance transformer at the antenna, so the signal that I'm getting in my ATU is somewhere around 50 ohms on the bands on which the end-fed half-wave antenna resonates right now. But I'm trying to cover all the HF bands from 80 meters to 10 meters using this antenna tuner and the antenna that I have. And this has nothing to do with efficiency. It's a compromise that I'm willing to take, even though I will probably lose power. But I just want to be able to use all these HF bands from 80 to 10 on one single antenna, just for the experiments that I'm trying to do, or simply for the reason that sometime I might feel like getting on one of the bands on which the end-fed half-wave antenna doesn't resonate, and I want to use a transceiver on that band, and that's it. You know, this is the entire reason why I'm trying to build this setup. So I built this inductor over here As I was saying, on the 106-2 toroid, I'm going to put down in the video description the number of turns. Probably not today, I might do it tomorrow, just because I'm still experimenting with the right number of turns, trying to get the best results out of this. Or maybe I'm going to put in the video description on Sunday, or even better, I'll definitely put the right and final number of turns in the blog article once I'm going to finish experimenting with this. I'll write a quick blog article and I'll put all the details over there as well. But for now, I can tell you that I tried for 22 microhenries. I have 40 turns. It is not enough. I only have 18 microhenries right now with 40 turns, so probably I'm going to have to add a couple of more turns. And for 16 microhenries, I put 34 turns, but I have a little less. I think it's 14, so I might have to add a couple of turns for each inductance in order to get the right number, you know, the inductance that I wanted. But it still works decent right now. So if you look on the 40 meters band, I can play around with the SWR. It's not perfect. It's somewhere around 1.5 to 1. It's a little lower at the beginning of the band. Let me change a little bit so over here it's about the same, but the inductance, it's a little bit too high. Let's see this way maybe. In here I don't have enough inductance, or I don't have enough capacitance. So again, it's a compromise, but it works. So it's usable, even though without the ATU I have better better results just by using the antenna. Let's go really quick on the 80 meters band, 3.5 megahertz, stop 3.8 megahertz, and I'm going to put this one all the way to 18 microhenries, on which is the highest value for me. And as you can tell, it does tune it, but SWR is still a little bit too high. So I need a little bit more inductance, but definitely I'm getting there. Let's go on 14 megahertz, stop 14.35. Nothing. Of course, I'm going to need less inductance. And this is with almost 1 point, I think in the lowest setting I had 1.4 microhenries. It's not bad. Let's put a little bit more inductance, see what's going on. And as you can tell, in here it's a little better. But I think in here I have a little bit too much inductance. So I have to play around with the number of turns, you know, try to experiment a little bit more, see if I can add a couple of more turns to get the inductance that I had in the last video about the ATU, when I was experimenting with fixed inductors, fixed value inductors, the axial ones. But it's not bad. I'm not far. I'm just going to go really quick on let's say 21 megahertz. I put 22 megahertz just to see whereabouts I am. And let's put a little bit more inductance, see what. Nope, nothing. Let's put less inductance. So it's not bad. Let's put a little bit more. Okay, so this is much better. It's not perfect, so let's put a little bit more inductance. It depends on the band, and yeah, this is already too much inductance. So let's go again with the lowest one. In here it's much better. So I can play around and still use the this band. Let's go really quick to 20. I'm going to go from 28 megahertz up to 30 megahertz just to keep things simple. See what results I get in here. But I did test it, the whole thing, you know, in the last video, and it does tune all the HF bands, which is great. You see in here the inductance is already too big, so for the first setting I need a little bit less inductance. So again with a minimum value where I'm supposed to have 1 microhenry, but I have a little more than that. So yeah, I definitely need to work a little bit more on the number of turns. So I'm going to continue to experiment with this, but it's not bad. The results are promising, and I'm really happy. So let me know. This is the antenna tuner that I have. I'm going to put the schematic on the screen. It's really simple. So the schematic is really simple. In the final version, which I'm going to probably build in about a week or two, on a temporary PCB board, just because I'm going to try to see if I can design one if it's needed. If not, I'm just going to probably just build the final version with what I have. But in that one I will also put a bridge that will allow me to check the SWR with an LED that will blink. You know, it will light up when my SWR is better. So yeah, it's not bad. Let's see. I'm going to go back again to 14 megahertz. Stop 14.35. So again, this is with the minor, the minimal inductance. It's about 1. I think it was 1.8 or 1.6 microhenries instead of just 1 that I needed, which will work better for the 10 meters band. But yeah, it works great. So it's not bad, not bad at all. Let me turn this off. I'm going to remove the inductor just to show you the way I built it. So this is a switch with 8 positions. And yeah, I didn't do anything special. Probably in the final video I will show you how I built the whole thing. It's a little bit annoying trying to solder all these connections over here, and probably in the final version I'm also going to solder shorter legs over here, you know, trying to keep the inductor a little bit closer to the switch so I can fit everything in a tiny enclosure, because I'm trying to build a small antenna tuner. So again, I'm not going to build anything that will work for high impedance. This is just for low impedance, an antenna tuner that I can use with my 40 to 10 end-fed half-wave antenna. And yeah, it's really, really simple. I'm trying to keep things as simple as possible, trying to make my life a lot easier, and you know, build some stuff at home instead of buying something from the market. Even though I don't think I would refuse to make a review for some antenna tuner, an automatic antenna tuner, but probably I'll do that later on at some point. For now, I'm really happy with what I have in here. So that's it for today. I hope you found this video useful and interesting, and always, if you have ideas to improve things over here that you see in my videos, feel free to leave a comment down below, because I always read all the comments, and I'm doing my best to reply to all of them, and I do reply to all of them actually. Only that I might not always have the time to reply that fast, and if I haven't replied to your comment so far, that means I haven't seen it. Sometimes I notice that YouTube might hide some of the comments for some reason. I don't know why, but some of them I discovered them later on. If you feel like supporting the DX Explorer channel, have a look in the video description. You have the PayPal link. That's the only way you can support the channel, except by also watching the videos and reading the blog articles. And also, if you go on the blog, talking about the blog, you'll see in the menu products over there, you can see a list with a sub menu, basically, with the partners that I'm working with so far. Have a look to each of them. I don't have any products placed over there just yet. I will in the future, but right now you have a quick description or whatever they're doing, and sometimes you have discount codes and a link to their pages and their affiliate links, so you can always support me by purchasing the products that you need from them using either that link or the discount codes that are available. And obviously you might get discounts as well on your purchases, and you can support me that way as well. So that's it for now. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and until next time, 73 from Yankee Oscar 6 Delta X-Ray Echo.